She don't say much, just stirs her cup. One hand down and one held up. Tea for a friend, flame for a foe. You won't know it till it's time to go. She's either brewing a brew or lighting a boom. A warm, happy smile or clear in the room. Black it's hard, but kind and true. She'll die for you or detonate you. The tavern stands with pride, defends her friends to your doom. You'll smell the smoke before the plume. She's either brewing a brew or lighting a boom. Steam from the kettle or fire and gloom. Soft and soul with a deadly tune. Careful now, brew or kaboom. Brewing a brew or lighting a boom. Peace in her hands or chaos and ruin. Raise your glass, but clear some room. Pick your poison. Brew or kaboom.
Okay, good morning. Oh God, I hear myself. No, 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 stop. Bad. No, where is it?
Let's roll in, you know the drill. Grab your bottle, refill, refill. Stand up slowly, stretch the spine, let the chat run wild. You'll be just fine. Time for drinks, bathroom break. 3 short minutes, that's all it takes. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. Time for drinks, bathroom break. Hit that mirror, splash your face. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. Blue light buzzing, eyes feel sore. Blink 10 times, then blink some more. Walk that hallway, shake your hands. Hydrate, hydrate, that's the plan. Bathroom breakout, 3 short minutes, that's all it takes. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. Time for drinks, bathroom break. Move a little, hearts awake. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. You can pause that potion, you can slow that grind. Little self-peak emotion brings a sharper mind. Time for drinks, bathroom break. 3 short minutes, that's all it takes. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. Time for drinks, bathroom break. Breathe in deep, reset the pace. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait.
Cannons are not instruments.
Yes, they are, and I'm going to use 21 of them.
Tchaikovsky, no.
Tchaikovsky, yes. Tchaikovsky, always yes.
Hold on, let's switch to this really quick. Because this is where I should be, not where I was over there. Yes, so Vixen, I do play the starting song every single time I did that you wrote for me. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. What else is there? Welcome on in Grum, welcome on in Vixen, welcome on in Steel, welcome on in Mochi, welcome on in Daisy. Did I miss anybody? Mochi is talking about something about Night City from that. Oh, Godzilla, welcome on in. Oh my god. Vixen made this out? Yes, and Vixen also sings it. She is another fellow VTuber, as you guys can see there in her name. She's absolutely amazing. I met her a few years ago now at this point. I think we're coming up to 4 years. I actually took over head moderator for her for a while. I mean, I guess I still am the head moderator, but like, that's neither here nor there. We talk about content all the time and stuff like that. Yeah, so on the note of stuff today kind of is I'm gonna show you guys what I've been working on, what I've gotten done, and best Yoda missed. God, what I'm trying to think of something to say backwards. I can't think of anything. I'm not on the spot with that. But What else is there? So I'll show you guys what I've been working on. We'll be doing some planning.
Hello
Hey,
there.
Joe. Welcome on in. Jose. Thank you for the lurk, Steel. Sing Seagulls. Stop it now. What? Vixen, are you sleepy? I am tired. I've been working a lot. Actually, I'm kind of at the point. This is a very weird. Think of the head pats. Me sleepy after PT. Oh, I can believe that. Hey, Godzilla. What you knocking for? You? Me? Okay. Okay. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm sorry about the scuff. I don't know what's going on. Everything is terrible. All right. Let me re-say everything that this is the Gothic purse that I'm working on. I don't know why, but Mike, voice mod, and everything has just decided to be like, no, we're not laying together. So I have to reset it. So I'll be 3D printing these. So I fixed, let me come over here to show you guys this better. So I've added a lip to the lid here, right along here. You can see it a little bit better over here. So that way it will fit properly on there and it won't slide around. I'll be selling these on Etsy's. Is this the Scully bag? Yes, it is. There will be a body cross chain that goes from here and then up, and then it will connect over here. I'm gonna use a genuine leather strap to hold as a hinge here, and then I'm going to use leather strips. Sorry. I'll use leather strips to connect the a buckle right here, so that way you can, if it's on your right side, you can lift it up, pull it up, lock it in. Now this is printed with hard plastic, so I'm planning to fill it with foam. So you're only going to get this half, but that will allow things. Thank you for the lurk, Vixen. It means a lot. So that's where I've done that. So as I've been working on this experiment to make Iron Mouse. This is just practice. I'm not actually selling these, but I eventually do plan to sell my model and other people's models if they allow me. Posed and 3D printed like this. So right now, this is me practicing building her. Right now, I'm just putting on her skin. Next, the plan is to, once I got this all ready to go and how I want it, I will then take it up to putting on her clothes, adding her wings, her horns, her hair, and everything. And it just takes time and process. I've also got my 3D view of it going. And yeah, so that's all that in the works. And okay, so today I was talking about this and I was muted. I'm going to start munching on the suspicious looking radioactive brownies. Oh, those aren't radioactive. They're... Never mind, don't worry about it. They're not laxative or anything. Wait, what? Who said that? I'm sorry. So today I'm going to be doing some more planning for... So as you guys know, I've been working on a creature capture game. This is my latest project. And I want to have... There were a couple of things that I was looking at doing. Wait, you put laxatives in that? Quickly runs the bathroom. Radioactivity just increases the calories, right? And Godzilla needs all them calories to meditate. Yeah, exactly. I mean, with how big Godzilla is, you need lots and lots of calories. Probably why he destroys Tokyo so much. So anyways, as I was saying about the creature capture game, so I want to have two different functions. So in the PvE world, and this kind of happened in the Pokemon anime, but it didn't happen in the game, and I would really like to see it happen in the game type thing, where mechanically the battles work different in PvE than PvP. Like whenever, because you're fighting against people who may not be quite following the rules, so to speak. I mean, Team Rocket is a criminal organization, let's be honest here. And I got a strange friend request. I don't know anything about that. But so how I'm going to have the PvE situation play out versus the PvP. I think I'm going to keep the PvP play out similarly to how Pokemon does, where you select the stuff and it takes turn. But the PvE, I was playing this game. Where is it? Here it is. This one. I wonder if they've got a photo of it. Okay, here we go. So this is a I'm like, hey, Mist, you may or may not need a new bathroom in the lab because Mochi destroyed. I wouldn't be blaming Mochi if that you wouldn't get scalped. Pokemon XD Gale Darkness GameCube, the player character was even knocked out with sleeping powder because obviously the evil team won't do anything bad to their enemy when they're knocked out and leave them there. Yeah. So they're that wouldn't allow you to steal Pokemon though. That was pretty interesting. But it was very specific Pokemon. So yeah, it this I was playing this game, and so there's this. It's technically an RTS, but everything happens in 5-second intervals, and I don't know if I can zoom in here well enough for you guys to see, But basically, you've got movement down here, and then if you dash, it takes up both the movement and the attack. And then you've got attack on top. And you can lower all of this stuff, and you move around the entire map. So you're starting here, and it predicts what things are going to happen and everything. I think that this would be really unique to have a three-dimensional map like this for battles. And not only are your creatures battling, but you might end up getting shot or something else, from the enemy team. I'm not really quite sure how I'm going to pull that off. But, that's the type of thing that I'm thinking about, is that they may release instead of following the tournament rules, instead of releasing one or two, they release their entire team of 6 all at once. And then you have a choice to release your team of 6 and share experience 100%, or maybe just single throw out one and then trounce them all with one and get experience bonus. So risk reward type management type thing. Because I think that would be a lot of fun. Gosh, I don't want Miss to know. Oh, I made a mess in the bathroom. Oh, don't worry, it's self-cleaning. And by self-cleaning, I mean that it flamethrowers itself, blows itself up, and then rebuilds itself. And so that's kind of the game mechanics that I want. So that way there's like 2 different game styles. So PvE, not everyone plays by tournament. I spelled tournament wrong. Tournament rules. PvP. Rules. And that way there's at least some difference between the 2 of them. So that's going to be one of the many ways that I'm going to try and set this game apart from others. Because I don't want to make another PAL World. I don't want to make another Pokemon. I want my game to kind of stand out on things that I like and how I would want to play the game. Also, I didn't mention this, and I really should have, because before I got into this stuff, but I'm printing. They're not there. They're not there either. Hold on one second, everyone. Collections here. I'm printing these right now, funny enough. So there's these things inside them that hold for moisture, and that's what you're seeing printing right now in the bottom left. And those are the last 4 that I need, so that way I can start storing my filament properly and not having... I had issues where my plate got completely gummed up and stuck. So that is been a really big pain for me. I'm still trying to clean that plate. I had to get all new plates. And I should have got spares anyways. But anyways. Let's see here. I'm in phase 2 right now, trying to build the core structure of the game. I haven't really done much programming on that side of things because stuff. I would like to. Which plate steals? I mean, if you want to stick your hand... What the heck just happened to my VTuber model? Hello? VTube Studio? It's my... Today just does not... Nothing wants to work today. Okay, there we go. All right, sorry about that, everyone. Mochi did it. hey, if you want to end up as a pelt, I would continue to blame Mochi. I wouldn't do that if I were you. What was I talking about? Oh, so the other thing is that I really want to do with this game is I want it to be RPG, and I want RPG skills, you know, and stuff. For the character, probably will be combat skills and capture skills. For the PvE world, they're not going to be in PvP, obviously, because those are completely different things. Mist is too hot. Turn down the sun. Toko, I cannot control the sun. My cat has asked me to control the weather, the sun, and all the other stuff. I cannot do this. Okay, we've got a Yuri smash or pass up. One second while I do this. We have Liv Voda from Code Vein 2. I wanted to say vodka, and that was not right. Code Vein 2. Is she the redhead, babe? Or is she the white-haired? Because I got two different images there. Also, I don't feel the heat. Mist, use science. God, killed the hippos. No, we're not. Redhead, auto victory from me. Well, this isn't your Yuri Smasher Pass. Okay. So it's the redhead. See. All right, so got one of them, and then the other one was who? I've lost it. Oh, there it is. Mask of Idris, or okay, so we've got two Souls games like against each other. Elden Ring. All right, and we'll switch to the live. Can you 3D print a Dyson sphere? Would be pretty cool. I mean, I could 3D print a sphere. I don't know if I personally could print a Dyson sphere. The amount of costs would be insane. So the first things first, as we take a look here. So I love her red hair. I love her top. I love that she's wearing a veil. I love her shoes. I'm not a fan of her pants. I kind of wish that this was that the top came down into a dress, personally. But it doesn't. So she's already losing points on the pants, but I love the spear use though, and the crown. I will say that. Yeah, Plum wins with the what's your fun fact, Mochi? Now, also the long hair. Love the long hair. We got another woman with very long hair. Really like that. I forget her story and everything. The pants are the skin of her loved ones who flatlined. It's not very fun for normal humans. Everyone, I just want to remind you that Mochi is a yandere. Just to say that when she says fun fact, just kind of right. Just remember, she's a yandere. That's one hell of an update to your wardrobe. Yeah, it really is. I don't know. This outfit kind of reminds me of a goddess dress that you see on like Athena and Aphrodite in video games. So I do really like that. I like the crown. I don't know why, but I do like this type of braiding. It's actually pretty to me. Is a genocidal maniac. We all have our flaws. They both look good. They really do. This is a tough choice between the two. Like, I have a choice between goddess in a dress, which I like. Okay, because height is technically part of the appearance. What's Liv's height? That might decide factors here. Because tall genocidal maniac, i.e. Mochi, in my dreams, might just win it. Oh, okay. 9-8. Yeah, there's more points over here than there is over here. So, this will be the winner. Yeah, I did just think of something. Hold on one second. Let me see if I'm logged in. A literal 9-foot goddess at a sin dress with boobs. You can get you lost in it. Or a gorgeous redhead head wielding a spear, who is also 9 feet. Lives not even in her full height. Oh. Let's see here. I am. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. So, little peek behind of everything that I look at on Instagram. I get all of these dresses almost exclusively on my Instagram. This is all that I look at. I've got some things like this, but it's just this for the most part. And it's just like, I want, yes, yeah, your name, probably here. And then I get my own content, which is weird too. Like, these girls who get to model these dresses, to me, are so lucky. Those are some of the poofiest. Yeah, I love them. Like, they're tough to get into, and you need people to help you, but it's like, oh my god, I want them. I want to wear them daily. No exceptions. And then got these transformed ones. Oh, Miss New Stream Game, great dresses. I mean, we could do that. These are also quinceanera dresses, for those of you who don't know, but like they're just so overly poofy that it's like, I love them. I can't get enough of them. All right, I need to stop. Otherwise, I'm just going to be looking at them all day. I mean, I might have to do that. I don't know. Well, I am doing some gothic fashion and stuff like that, but I may have Mochi, Token, and maybe even Vixen find dresses. Maybe even ask Daisy. And we'll do a day of once a month. We can probably do a day of rate the dresses. We can do Latchcomb. We can do a day of what was that game that we played last time? I'm already forgetting. Oh, poorly explained movies, and then the rest are just programming streams and planning programming streams and stuff like that. So attack / defense skills, main character, and catch skills. Liv is a Titan and forfeit her Titanhood for her husbands and 7 wives. Mochi, you fall in love with a lot of characters who have what is that? Harems. Like, you can definitely Vampire Bride outfits. Rate the Vampire Bride outfits from Van Helsing 04 film. Yeah, we'll have to get photos and stuff together and stuff like that. She's more of a sister. Well, no, I know that, Mochi, but what I'm talking about is if you want other girls, I'm totally down for you to have a harem. Like, seriously, I don't mind. As long as I stay number 1. So these are PvE only skills, PvE only, because I don't want people using them in PvP and getting an advantage. Miss just saying she has me bound. I don't know why I put this here twice. More core elements. What else should we have? I'm not going to program dating into the game because that seems a little overdone. Oh, pet your creatures because I want it. Character creator. Yeah, we're gonna have a character creator. It's probably not going to look realistic at best. It's going to be at best it's going to be basically a 3D version of Stardew Valleys. Like, it's going to be okay. By the way, Karlak joins Code Vein 2 VA. Oh, Samantha does. Oh,
The high, the high. Switch shots rolling, you know the drill. Grab your bottle, refill, refill. Stand up slowly, stretch the spine, let the chat run wild. You'll be just fine. Time for drinks, bathroom break. 3 short minutes, that's all it takes. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. Time for drinks, bathroom break. Hit that mirror, splash your face. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. Blue light buzzing, eyes feel sore. Blink 10 times, then blink some more. Walk that hallway, shake your hands. Hydrate, hydrate, that's the plan. Drinks, bathroom break. Go 3 short minutes, that's all it takes. Live happy, love assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. Time for drinks, bathroom break. Move a little, hearts awake. Live happy, love assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. You can pause that potion, you can slow that grind. Little self, emotion brings a sharper mind. Time for drinks, bathroom break. 3 short minutes, that's all it takes. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. Time for drinks, bathroom break. Breathe in deep, reset the pace. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait.
okay. Before I play the the song, I was going to. There was a game that I bought. We'll be playing the Bongo Cat Believer song here in a moment, but there was. Where is this game? I bought this game specifically. It would help if I remembered its name. Because the voice actor of Karlak was in it. It's a little indie title. It came out just after Baldur's Gate 3. And it's about vampires. And it's a really cute little game. I believe I've shown it to Vixen as well, but it was a single player game, so it's not going to be in there. Like, I'll know it when I see it, but I might have scrolled past it. Zombie Driver, blah, 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 blah. Tyrant, not 2 Point Campus. It's not Ravenous, that's the cannibal game. Great Kings, Resident Evil. As you guys can see, I've got a lot of stuff going on here. Pragmata, piece by piece, piece by piece. 2 different games with the same thing. Area. Mind over magic. I know that's not it. Not going to be any of the Left 4 Deads. Not going to be any of these. Hold on. It's this really beautiful game. I wish I could just sort in my library. Come on. Can I? Advance. I just want keywords. Store tags. Vampires. Here we go. This is it. I bought this game specifically because of Karlach's voice actor being in it. I wish I had this card so that way I can show you guys what she looks like. But she's dateable in this game. So you play as this female doctor, turn of the century, kind of Russia an area. You can date people, hypnotize them. You do need the balance drinking your blood. Then there were these dresses too. That was the other thing too. Name. One more time. What kind of freaking curse is she going through? Where is... Okay, there's my whole thing. Thank you for Waddle the Wolf Girl Grum. I did need that. Even her name holds great power. I mean, technically, all names hold great power. Why a lot of VTubers don't give you their real names. Heck, why you shouldn't give your real name to anybody. That's why I personally like nicknames and stuff, because that way... Oh, that's such a satisfying crack. Did you guys hear that? I don't know if you guys can hear this. I'm trying to hold it to the mic. Okay, lurking around every corner. It's not even so much that. Like, I personally don't believe in the Fae and stuff, but I've seen weird things out there in the world, and even in like the Bible and other things, whether you're a Christian or not, there is actual history in that, and there's stuff. Names have power. If you name someone, a great example, you name someone Elijah, a lot of times they get depressed, just like Elijah. Elijah was very depressed. He was a loner. He went out into the wilderness and everything. It's one of those things of like, you need to be careful what you call yourself, what you call people and other things, because I know this whole thing of, oh, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words won't hurt me. Words are the most powerful thing. That's why literally the saying is, there's a couple things. Is like, here in America, we have freedom of speech. That's part of our thing. But something that is not protected under freedom of speech is called defamation. Defamation literally is not protected because you're trying to hurt someone's career and all that kind of stuff. And most civilized countries have defamation lawsuits. Heck, India and China have them. They happen daily here in America too. I had someone who went around with one of my old VTuber personalities and started telling people that I was doing this stuff and that stuff that wasn't true. Oh, yeah. India, they get in fist fights. Like, it's pretty crazy. We're literally in democracies. Who gets the power to decide the word or by words and reputations? Yeah. I mean, so America is a republic. It uses democracy, but a republic works kind of different than a true democracy. And if you read the letters, kind of not just the Bill of Rights, but the letters of our founding fathers here in America, at least. I know, Joe, that you're not American, but they actually talk about how democracy eventually devolves into how a lot of times it devolves into where people, where a large majority of people are talking and it silences the voice of the few. And that's why we're a republic, so that way each one of those type of things. But in the same case, words and reputation are a thing that need to be, you can't be making up lies. You can't be going around screwing stuff up for people and ruining stuff. Like, you can lose jobs, and stuff like that just by your words. And that's a big thing. And that's why, like I am a component of freedom of speech for democracies and republics. So hyped for the DLC. I need to get the game, honestly, and play it. I have not been able to play it. I was really sick though, so I'm working my way back up to doing things. My hand is swollen today. I have been doing too much. I need to. Oh God, that's bad. I just moved my arm, and my hand went numb. Yesterday, I had taken the plate out, and I was fanning it, and that was too much for me because I'm not used to movements. So my body is just like I have to warm it up slowly, and I've been pushing myself too hard. Okay, PvE story. Eventually, I mean, I don't think that it's an issue in the USA. Hey, you see, policies being enacted, that little operations, general population, high, rich and powerful. I think, it's the opposite in the USA, not the masses drowning out the others, but the few being drowned out by everyone else. Not really, because when you go to vote, your vote is counted. That's the big thing. So it doesn't. Your voice is at least heard in your vote being cast. That's the big thing. We have other issues that definitely are there and stuff that need to be worked on, but every system has that issue. Policies being enacted have very little issue. Sorry, I was looking at something. Rich and but high correlations with opinions. So one of the things that we're also well, no system that we're having problems with now is that, so I'm going to be honest with you, local elections are you going to add puzzles? I'm probably not going to add puzzles to this one. And this isn't politics. This is something that's just going on that's neither here nor there. Just so that way people know about, is that local, for here in America at least, local electing of mayors and other things happens, and that's incredibly important. What we have going on right now, which got added in, which like could be problematic, could not be problematic, is corporations are now allowed to come in and vote at those local levels if they have a presence there. That's because corporations are seen as a person, and that's, to me, a whole can of worms that, like, I'm just like, what? How does that make any sense? And that's why, like, sometimes data centers get vetoed in there and stuff like that here in America. It's a big mess, and we're all trying to deal with it. Perfect pretend. Yeah, no system's perfect, and pretending otherwise is like putting your head in the sand and ignoring. Yeah, exactly. But this isn't a political stream, and it's. I am not a political content creator. I've just been watching things here and there, and I think those are very interesting subjects. Gerrymandering was the word I was looking for. So gerrymandering and what I was just talking about are a little bit different, but definitely that's another problem out there as well. RPGs, pet your creatures, characters, PvE stories. So I'm thinking about this now about puzzles because Brum brought it up. There were those puzzle in, well, I call them puzzles. In the game is pretty ridiculous because so you either had to have a also thank you for Water the Wolf Girl if I didn't say that. So one of the Pokemon games, I believe it was to get Regigigas. I could be wrong, or one of the Reggies. Maybe it was the Reggie Earth one. I forget. But you walked up to this thing and it was like this secret language, and if you didn't have the booklet you couldn't decode the language, and it was actually Braille, and that's a terrible thing to put in your video game when you know Braille is read by touch, not that, which is kind of interesting. Oh god damn, and the stupid Reggie puzzles. Yeah, I was just thinking about that because you mentioned that. And I'm like, I don't want to do something like the Reggie puzzles. Could I do some other type of puzzle? I mean, like I've done, you guys have seen that I've done those Switch puzzles before. The Switch puzzles are pretty fun. To me, they're old school, and this game's going to be 3D. I don't know if I want to do 3D puzzle or Switch puzzles like that. And so my mind is going to the Tomb Raider games and even the more recent Tomb Raider games. Those puzzles were kind of fun. Also, despite them trying to just tell me the answers in the Ragnarok games, the God of War games, excuse me, not Ragnarok, God of War games, the recent ones. Those ones were a lot of fun. I do like puzzles, but you got to do them right. Is like, I like to sometimes struggle with my puzzles, like as I'm looking around going, man, what's this? What's that? Like one in Baldur's Gate 3, and you may not have, literally as soon as you said, tell me the answer, I thought, I've got it. Yeah. So Baldur's Gate 3, you guys may not have found this place, but in Act 3, outside of Baldur's Gate, there's a well you can go down in. And inside this well, you actually end up trapped. You can't go back up the other way. At least you couldn't back at the time that I was playing it. And there was a wheel on the far side. And I was like, how do I get over there? Hi Taka, welcome on in. Because you can't walk over. I tried to fly, you can't fly over to do it. I'm like, man, how do I do this? And this is my first playthrough. And eventually I figured out you take a bow, or you shoot the thing, basically. I think you can actually use a cantrip too. But I finally fired a bow out of frustration at it, and it unwound and let me out. And I was like, that's so cool. And I'm kind of wondering if I should add puzzles like that, because those are a lot of fun. And like that was an optional area. Like I did not need to go down there and do that. Puzzles. Avoid God of War. Answers. I loved Legend of Zelda. That was always one of those games that Flashback the Golden Claw puzzle. Was that even a puzzle? I guess that is a puzzle, isn't it? Um, yeah, yeah. I did enjoy that too, I guess. But I've always loved Legend of Zelda games and all of their puzzles. Like those are some of the best memories in my mind. Avoid God of War, telling the answers, and Reggie puzzles. Okay. Like it doesn't want me to do what I was doing. What else? PvE, character creator, PvE story. Oh, I remember. Breeding creatures. So the reason I want to include breeding creatures is I know this is gonna sound weird, but this stream is not brought to you by Vault Tech. I love saying that on you guys. Because you guys love it so much. By the way, if we ever hit 1,000 followers, I will play the original Fallout on stream. And then if we hit 500, I will be playing what is it? Pokemon Champions on stream at least once. Just because. So I don't know why. I buy the Pokemon games just to breed Pokemon. Like I don't even play them. The stream is not brought to you by Vault Tech. Heck, and we do not disclose those are sponsors here. Here, like a proper shady lab. No. I would disclose my sponsors if I had them. I don't have any sponsors. Actually, right now, the sponsor is you guys. I really couldn't do this if you guys didn't keep watching and everything. That's a big thing that goes on here. Is you guys have continued to make this one of the best places and encouraged me to continue the stream every single time. So this stream is brought to you by viewers like you. So thank you. I need to record like a PBS message so that I can put onto my soundboard and play for you guys. Oh, this used a completely different structure than it normally does. Interesting. It didn't use the tree, it used the regular stuff. Okay. Anyways. Breeding creatures, so RPG mechanics, so pet your creature, character creator, PvE story, puzzles, breeding, online PvP for competitive and verse friends. Indeed, as your sponsor, I would like 1 million dad jokes. Thank you for the head pats. As your sponsor, I would like 1 million dad jokes. $1 million. Me and Mochi did watch that, by the way. the Austin Power movies. I actually quite enjoyed them. I think, honestly, I think 2 was the best out of them. I don't know. I like a lot of, well, I'm going to preface this, except for Star Wars, I like a lot of 2s the best. I don't know why. So, does anyone remember in the original Pokemon when you meet Surge, who's a typical American? Let's be honest, he is American. He's living over in what's close to Japan, and he's like American. Older movies really did sequels well. There were some that didn't, but there are 2s that I like. Okay. My favorite movie of Star Wars of all time in the 6 movies that exist, because there's no others. There's the Clone Wars, those exist, but there's no other movies. And I will die on that hill. That is a hill to die on. Something that I really liked about it was is episode 6. That's my favorite. The New Hope is my second. And then when we rewind to the prequel trilogy, which I don't think is a terrible trilogy, I'm going to be honest, I think it's good. It's band defense here not to have Star Wars. I saw Clone Wars TV show though. Oh yeah, Clone TV show was good. It's not a bannable offense to have not seen Star Wars. If you haven't seen Star Wars, that's okay. I'd recommend it, but only 1 through 6. But I really think episode 1 of that trilogy was the best. As much as people hate on it and everything, I think that was the best one. 2, like, if you go and watch the Clone Wars, look very closely. The thing did not age well. The CGI is horrible. There are places where it's like, there should be shadows. There's no shadows. Like, there's an entire ship taking off, and there's no shadow. It's like, that, how'd you overlook that? Episode 3 is okay. So when I say 2s, a lot of 2s are good ones. There are some modern movies where I think the sequel is better than the prequel, or than the sequel, or the original. Actually, one thing that I think would have made the Pirates of the Caribbean movie better, they cut it out and it's a deleted scene, is in the Dead Man's Chest, the second one. I believe that's the second one. Captain Jack Sparrow and the second guy who showed up to chase Captain Jack, and they like know each other. Well, in this deleted scene, Jack is revealed to have been part of the East India Trading Company captains. And it's revealed that the Black Pearl was burned. He burned it himself because that was a slaver ship, and he didn't want to transport people. And it's like, that would have made the movie so much better, and we know so much more. Really upset me to find that out. But you can find that in all that type of other stuff. There's a lot of things where the seconds take the original's idea and they just run with it. Something that I really like. And that's why a lot of times, too, is like I feel like games and movies have a hit or miss thing, is like, if you stick to the original idea and then just expand upon it, it's going to be freaking fantastic. It's like I think the second generation of Pokemon is probably one of the better things where they just expanded upon it. Like, the original is great, but second generation was probably the best moving forward, and now we're into this newer generation that needs competition so that way it becomes good again. And that's why like I'm with Pal World and stuff. Anyways, kind of on the story subject idea here, which is what got me off on that tangent, was it's kind of revealed through Surge in the first game, and subsequent games when you see him, is that Pokemon were were weapons of war with on the battlefield and everything. And I was there's part of me thinking of this starts out as kind of a world at war thing with these battle creatures. But then, you know, I thought about it and I'm like, that seems a little too cliche with stuff like you see what's that? Stardew Valley. There's a war going on. And a lot of indie games focus on wars going on. So what could we do here with this world? Another thought, you know, that I had was
Shots rolling, you know the drill. Grab your bottle, refill. Stand up slowly, stretch the spine, let the chat run wild. You'll be just fine. Time for drinks, bathroom break. 3 short minutes, that's all it takes. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. Time for drinks, bathroom break. Hit that mirror, splash your face. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. Blue light buzzing, eyes feel sore. Blink 10 times, then blink some more. Walk that hallway, shake your hands. Hydrate, hydrate, that's the plan. Bathroom breakout, 3 short minutes, that's all it takes. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. Time for drinks, bathroom break. Move a little, hearts awake. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. You can pause that potion, you can slow that grind. Little self-peak emotion brings a sharper mind. Time for drinks, bathroom break. 3 short minutes, that's all it takes. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. Time for drinks, bathroom break. Breathe in deep, reset the pace. Live happy, lab assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait.
Okay, we're back. So the other thing that I was thinking about is instead of connecting it to our world like Pokemon did, was maybe this is just its completely own world and all that other kind of stuff for the story. And I'm not sure how the character will get tied into it, but or maybe they're just isekai to this world. I do love me a good isekai. There's some really terrible ones that I end up watching just because, but there are some really good ones that it's just like, ooh, this was fantastic. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, isekai's played out, it's not enjoyable anymore. It all depends on the writing and who's doing it, and not everything is supposed to be for everyone. One of my guilty pleasure animes to watch, funny enough, I love trashy mangas. Yeah, one of the ones that I actually like and enjoy, and it's probably the worst of them, is Stuck in Another World with My Smartphone. Like, it's terrible, but I do enjoy it. I don't think I'm going to go down the route of that. Grum also likes trashy manga, so okay. I'm not the only one. Me and Mochi have sat through some. I mean, there are other ones. I love Terrible. The more stupider the title, the better. Heck, sometimes though is like they're the ones with the really stupid long titles are normally the better ones, which is funny enough that I always love the longer title ones because it's just like, oh, this is what you're going to get. Aside from being the Wise Man's Grandchild, which is actually a pretty good one, I must admit. But the longer the title that tells you exactly what you're going to get, and then you watch and it's like, oh, they thought out a very good story and they completed the arc very carefully, and it's like, I love it. And then there's the really bad ones. A Wise Man with Fallout 4, Reborn as a Vending Machine, in Now I Wander in the Dungeons. Yeah, that was a good one too. The vending machine one was fantastic. I was like, oh, this is a great take. This is a great take. Like, the characters have flaws that they need to overcome. I don't really watch many trashy anime or manga, but I do read fantasy stories, and a lot of them are not amazing, but still fun for passing the time. One of my favorite book series, and I was talking to someone about it recently. Actually, I was talking to the D&D group with Mochi about it. It's called Noobtown. If you guys haven't heard of it, I highly recommend it. It's a good read. I listened to it in audiobook form. So far, this writer is he's not the greatest writer of all time, but he's definitely Tolkien-esque, and I like it because of that. And so it's an isekai world where he gets basically taken into a world that has character sheets and all this kind of stuff. Really enjoy it. And there are characters have flaws. Those characters have personalities based around these flaws. And there are sometimes characters that, like, I start off hating, and I'm into, I finished book 9 recently, and I'm sitting there going, I now love this character. I miss them. But, I liked the vending machine one. They had flawed characters, so it's like, oh, okay. Like, one of the things is like, I'm a jack of all trades and master of none, and like, so I get along with people who people would be like, oh, well, they're flawless in the books, and it's like, a lot of times they go, I have no idea what I'm doing, in their inner monologue. And that's a lot of times how I do things, is like, I may project, but I know what I'm doing, on stream, guys, I don't know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing. I'm surprised you guys come here and watch me, honestly. And so my character flaw is I know too much and I look like I know what I'm doing. I don't know anything. I think for the past 20 minutes, I haven't. All my favorite screamers are scuffed as fuck. I'm not even scuffed right now. That's the thing. Is I'm just sitting here talking about canon and bashing my head against the, quite literally bashing my head against the wall all to get things done and functioning, and it almost always works out here, which is ironic. Like for the last 20 minutes, as I'm trying to work out these ideas as I'm talking to you guys, literally, I haven't typed anything. I have been in removing the supports from these things that I just printed. That's what I've been doing while I talk to you guys. Nah, the talking trash Amanda, now I'm hooked. The other thing too is like the stuff that people go, oh, it seems so trashy. Honestly, I think turns out to be the best because of these character flaws. Because, like, if you go back, read Lord, and you're reading Lord of the Rings, nobody is perfect in Lord of the Rings. Let's be honest, nobody. Frodo is too nice, even though he's seen some absolutely horrendous stuff by the point of getting to what's the Mines of Moria. By that point, he had seen so much, he'd been stabbed and all of this, and he's like, I'm gonna be nice to Gollum. I was like, bro, a lot of people would have been jaded by this point. Like, that's impressive. And the reason he separates from the Fellowship is because he's too nice. He's worried about them getting hurt, more people getting hurt and stuff. And so that's what I like about some of these like really trashy ones with the long names, because they definitely play into the flaws. Now, some of them don't, but a lot of them do. And I enjoy that. Oh, there was another one. It's like reborn into the world and now I'm the greatest healer or something along those lines. And like he was overworking himself and all this other stuff. I really like that one too. I forget which one it was. Mochi might remember it. I don't. And I want to kind of go down that route with this type of maybe story. I'm not sure if I want to go down the route that it's an isekai per se, but maybe something along those manga and stuff that have the absolutely ridiculous long names. Heck, maybe just to pay homage, because right now I'm calling this game Color Wars. Maybe I give it a long name. It's Color Wars in the fantastical realm. The beasts of color that do magical attacks. I don't know. It's when everyone hates the MC, but they're turned. They turn it around, you know? Oh yeah. Banished from the hero's party. Already, now I live a quiet life. and like everyone seems to like. There's a few people who like this guy who's a apothecary off to the side, but he's just generally skilled, and like everybody hates him at first, and like there are people who are bullying him. Then an S-rank adventurer wanders in looking for him, and this B-rank adventurer is bullying him, and just completely bashes in this B-rank adventurer's head. It was hilarious. I love that type of trope as well, where it's like the person is average for like the kind of like the Shield Hero stuff. Oh my god, yeah, the Shield Hero stuff for sure. And Daisy, you're not that scuffed, believe me. I've seen more scuffed. I've been more scuffed in streams than you have. At one time, one game was so bad, though the hero needs to deal with other heroes being stupid, what I understand. Yeah, no, they're really, really incredibly stupid. Birthday gift looking good. Wait, is it Daisy's birthday? Happy early or belated birthday if I didn't realize it. I'm so sorry. Shield Hero was definitely pretty good. I'm annoyed at season 2 because they did explain what was going on. No, it's my friend's birthday. Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday to your friend. In season 2, they quickly explain what's going on with the new timers that showed up, and people go, "Oh, I didn't see anything about it, so it must not have happened." It's like they glazed over it so fast. It's like they condense stuff so much that it was like, whoa, pump the brakes. You got to let people process this information. Like, another, probably one of my favorite animes right now that's ending here soon, but it's one of my favorite animes. Actually, I think it just ended permanently. Is I'm trying to speedrun the story. Like, do they even want to tell this story? Yeah, they're speed running it a little too fast, so many people miss it, and then when you explain it to them, they go, "Why didn't they say that in the show?" And it's like, they did, and if you blinked, you missed it. It's like those entire episodes felt like they were 2 or 3. Now, a good anime that feels like 2 or 3 episodes condensed into one, and they go in like 30 minutes, and that I really like, is Dr. Stone. JK readers not having the ability to No comment. No comment. No comment. I can't. I'm gonna die laughing. But Dr. Stone, you watch the first season, and it's like, oh my god, so much happened in episode 1, 2, and 3 that felt like an entire season, and you're like, wait, I've only been watching for an hour and 30 minutes. What? And it just keeps getting better and better. I actually really like Dr. Stone. I'm sad that it ended. I'm glad the way that they ended it, but at the same time, I like the whole. I really would like them to have like sat down and flushed out the rebuilding of the world. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad that it happened off screen, because if you don't do it off screen, it would get tedious, and that's for sure. I may want to do. So there's also another book that I really like that's kind of an isekai, but it's not getting in. It's actually a video game, and these guys aren't isekai'd into it. It's a virtual reality, and what they do is they get put into these pods. These pods then pump these needles into them, which then give them the nutrients and all the stuff that they need for their body while they're in game. And then the game has a 1-to-1 time scale, basically, or no, a 1-to-4 time scale. So if you sleep in the game, your body sleeps in real life. It's a really cool idea. But as they get into this world, it's like as this world has been like, it's kind of like what the programmers did was they made this world have its own kind of life by letting it play out 1,000 years in a simulation before introducing the adventurers. And so these guys come in and out of it, and they basically become these super streamers inside. I thought you were going to talk about Shangri-La Frontier, which was a very... Shangri-La Frontier. Shangri-La Frontier is kind of like the idea of what I'm talking about here. But in this world, because of this, you're not eating per se, but you're being put into these pods, which they're also working with medical for people who are having like problems with their bodies, which is really cool. And so that's a whole nother thing in the book that's amazing. But they lose weight and stuff like that. Maybe I want to do something along, make a large... Actually, having the blank places is so much better for lore building, like Shangri-La Frontier does. Is like Shangri-La Frontier like has a bunch of like people who are trying to tell a story, but they're leaving a lot of blank spaces in Shangri-La Frontier. And I may want to do something along those lines. Not the hardcore bosses and stuff like that, but do some kind of like my own medieval / techno phase world. That just gets me into Final Fantasy X territory too, though, which I really like. Final Fantasy X. That's my favorite of the Final Fantasy movies or movie. The frick am I talking? Games. Oh, there's just so much. And then I still haven't come up with basic names and skills. Should I just rip things out of the D&D player's handbook and other things like that? Or should I come up with my own? So many choices just to do. Oh, that was satisfying. I mean, you rarely ever get the full story. There's always things left out, one reason or another. That's how it should be. Oh yeah. Like, there's good reason to like know about it yourself, and to kind of flesh it out, but a lot of times as a writer, a lot of people get like just bogged down in explaining everything. And so I'm kind of tempted to go the minimalist route and not go into extreme detail, and just like, so that way people have like stuff that they can theorize and play around with, especially if I'm going to have people putting in their own creatures and their own type of stuff out there. And maybe I'll give them like high-tech labs and other things that just like have no explanation for. I think that might be a lot of fun. Like, take Skyrim medieval level. Maybe Skyrim? No. See, now I'm kind of torn. Maybe not Skyrim. Hold on. Settings. So not Skyrim or Japanese. Medieval Japanese. Is medieval China. Like, there's a lot of interesting stories. Heck, there's a whole anime that follows along the whole uniting the country playbook, which I really do enjoy. I wish season 3 would get translated to English so that way, but really take Chinese inspiration, you know, of like apothecaries, stuff like that. Discovering, interpreting, and theorizing a story is way better than being listed to you. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that would be like, God. Let's see here. Ancient Chinese cities. Layouts. So, number one, the reason I would do this is because the reason I'm thinking about this is these type of layouts, as you can see, there's a couple of reasons for this in real life, and but I'm not looking at doing that. The reason I'm looking at doing these is early Subnautica, where people were finding structures and artifacts. Yeah, something similar to that, but I'm thinking of a Chinese setting type of thing because of, I mean, look at this. I don't know what any of this says. I hope it doesn't say anything bad. I hope there's not a slur or something there. Hopefully it's not. Well, let's just pretend that there isn't if someone wants to. But the reason I'm thinking about this is it's laid out on a grid. It's a beautiful grid. And this will be easier for me to draw and design and program, you know, and stuff like that than other things. And not only would I have this type of structures around like this, but and obviously the chaos and stuff of like hidden ones of these would be pretty interesting too. So I'm starting to think that's the route to go. And I don't know if any of you have played Palia. I actually enjoy playing that game from time to time. I don't play it a bunch, but I do enjoy it. There's like old magical structures that are like technologically advanced, you know, and stuff. But I'm thinking going a more the opposite direction of that. Everything will be set in kind of an ancient Chinese city. It'll look probably something-ish like this. I might do a mix of Japanese and Chinese style of clothing. Actually, I might even throw in... No, what I think I'll do, okay? This style of city, but all the women are wearing like men and women are wearing like Victorian clothes. I think that's what I'm gonna go with for looks. Hello, welcome on in. Kitty of the year. Chinese Chinese buildings. And then really lean into, let's say, super high tech sci-fi lab images. I want something that, like, in its prime. Oh, is that what your name says? That's actually really cool. Welcome on in. How are you doing today? Thank you for the follow. I think it was you because the number went up. I've got things blocked here. Yeah, so I want the futuristic labs to be like, yes, you did follow me. Welcome on in. I'm thinking that it, something probably more like my background, honestly. Let's see here. Where is... That's print presser. It's not it. Stop. Wolf adopt. Where are my backgrounds? So we'll go with something like this. To be like under the cities and as people explore and stuff like that. So Chinese in a futuristic in the same setting. I'm interested. Yeah, so I'm building a creature capture game. And so reminds me of the TARDIS. Kind of why I picked it. I'm a big Whovian. I don't really care for the newer stuff, but I've always loved Doctor Who. Like Pal World, yeah, something similar to Pal World. I wanted to do something more competitive, so I did. I do have some of this already done. Where is Godot? So right now I'm calling it Color Wars. Everything's going to be color based. Currently, I don't have this all set up properly. I wonder if it'll run. Ah, there we go. So it did do the things that it was supposed to do there. So that's good. But I wanted to make it more, so I want to do PvP, PvE type thing. So the PvE will be set into this world. And then the PvP is going to be competitive. Trashy Manga, Doctor Who, what a goated person you are. I'm a strange human being. I'm going to be honest with you. Is like I have a mix of every like thing. I mean, it should tell you that I named the we all have our strengths in our own ways. I named my my video game ideas folder idea here Hideo Kojima. That should tell you everything you need to know about me. But I made this type chart here. This will be for like PvP type stuff. And I tried to really keep it balanced. The whole thing of why I call it Color Wars is because all of these things are based off of color and art theory, or color theory. And I was like, well, how can I make this stuff Hideo Kojima top 10 strangest people to ever exist? Yeah. I hope to join him one day on that list. I mean, most VTubers are probably already just on that list to begin with. That's my goat. He'll be the first person to tell you that he's strange. He's amazing for it too. Oh. But yeah, that's so that, and then I was like, you know, I need to have a world and a setting and a story. And I'm kind of thinking along the lines of, first I was thinking isekai, but now I'm kind of thinking about, I'm still sad Hideo didn't reprise his role all as Hideo Kojima? I'm sorry. I my brother met him once. I'm jealous too. Lucky brother. I'm also very much new to joining the game making video games world, so I don't think I'll be meeting him anytime soon. I mean, if he sees this and goes, "Oh, I want to meet this girl," I'd be really shocked.
Switch shots rolling, you know the drill. Grab your bottle, refill. Stand up slowly, stretch the spine, let the chat run wild. You'll be just fine. Time for drinks, bathroom break. 3 short minutes, that's all it takes. Live happy, love assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. Time for drinks, bathroom break. Hurry, hit that mirror, splash your face. Live happy, love assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. Blue light buzzing, eyes feel sore. Blink 10 times, then blink some more. Walk that hallway, shake your hands. Hydrate, that's the plan. Bathroom breakout, 3 short minutes, that's all it takes. Live happy, love assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. Time for drinks, bathroom break. Move a little, hearts awake. Live happy, love assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can wait. You can pause that potion, you can slow that grind. Little self, emotion brings a sharper mind. isn't important, the experiments can wait. Time for drinks, bathroom break. Breathe in deep, reset the pace. Live happy, loud assistance. Wait, your health is important, the experiments can
Okay, we're back from the ad break. As always, I always stop the stream just so that way no one misses anything. So setting Chinese buildings, super future. Ancient Chinese buildings, super futuristic labs. There we go. Super futuristic labs. I don't want this world to be, let's say, because it's really complicated for technically a first time game to be open world, but it's not exactly going to be on rails either. I don't know how else to describe it. What else? Super futuristic lab ruins. And then if people like this game, it can get a sequel in the future. I think probably so semi-open world, like the zones that were open but connected between them are more restricted or something. Maybe something like that. Like you'll probably be able to walk around the city. You'll be able to go back to places that you've already visited. Kind of like the old routes in the original Pokemon games, but instead of it just being like the small little maps, they'll actually be pretty big areas that you can walk around, explore, look for stuff. Stuff like that. Kind of like their if anyone remembers, like the forests in those games can sometimes be kind of large. They're not super large, but they're kind of large areas. Something approximately that size. And I mean, because this is going to be a computer-based game, I can probably make them quite a bit bigger. But to a degree and everything. What? The question is, do I want to do kind of the look of outside of the cities is a Fallout wasteland, or do I want to do some other kind of post-apocalyptic? I mean, bigger isn't always better, especially if you can't make all that space interesting or fun. Yeah. I'm not going to make them super big, but they're gonna be like big enough that like generating encounters and stuff will be the main point of them, while giving them some diversity. And I'm thinking along the lines though of if I go for the Fallout where the world's been destroyed kind of vibe, outside of the cities, but the cities look immaculate, just to have this really tough contrast on each other, that it's like, ooh, why is the world like this right now? Or if I should go more along the lines of, well, the most recent Pocopia game. Because going with the Pocopia look of like, well, not everything's dead just because there's no humans, but some things are destroyed out here. And that's the question here. I think I'm going to go with Pocopia vibes because because I actually do like playing that game. I probably spelled that wrong, but that's okay. Pocopia vibes outside of the city. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but China. I kind of want to do not only something like this. Actually, one of my favorite areas in the Monster Hunter games. I'm not bringing Monster Hunter into this. Looks very similar to this. And that was in a few like Monster Hunter 4 had an area like this. It was mountain region. So I might want to include some places like this that you'll probably be able to get up and climb around and stuff. That'll be interesting. God, there's another place that I'm thinking of. Maybe that's in Vietnam, actually, now that I think about it. It's like a bunch of islands and stuff. But that would be kind of cool too to add. But I definitely like this type of stuff. I'm thinking going with a more green look like this out there. I mean, there's also the desert. Like they have the Gobi Desert out there. This kind of looks like what I was thinking about, but I'm pretty sure that the place I'm thinking about is in Vietnam. Ruby Season 10 has finally been greenlit. Without Rooster Teeth, who's greenlighting it? Is it Amazon? It has to be like Amazon or someone greenlighting it. Because Rooster Teeth is gone. They're out of business. Warner Brothers canceled them for good. Vits? Oh, Vits! Okay. That's the other one. Why didn't I think of that one? It's either Amazon or Vits now these days. I should know better. I worked in that industry for a while. Yeah. You know, despite all the talking that I've done today, despite all of just yapping at you guys and not actually writing and doing anything, getting any programming done or anything, we've done a lot. Oh, actually, one last thing before I head out, because I wrote this kind of thing. I put it on screen here. I know that some of you probably saw it on the Discord, which isn't fully set up. Once I have it set up, I'll start bringing in links. But I wrote how I want my life to read at the end with this obituary and stuff. So I'm going to start breaking things down into smaller steps and getting stuff going. So the big first step is getting my first like real video games out. As some of you have noted, I have made a couple of video games, and some of them had to get put on the back burner with this engine change. And that's why I'm doing this creature capture game, just so that way I have something different and I can work on skills. So Miss Life was a struggle, but she did make her mark on the world after years of struggle. She created Gothic fashion pieces for herself and others while selling that, along with selling others to sell, along with created a video game studio that went from indie to AAA. Now, going to AAA probably will never happen. But it's a dream, you know? Only collects $1 billion a year in profit. Well, so the reason why I firmly believe what would happen is if I do make $1 billion in profit, number one, that's too much money. That is too much money in my mind. And if I put that into me, all my executives, you know, and stuff like that, I'm probably going to only have like 2 or 3 of them between the 5 of us. And then say I give half to Mochi of the money that I've made. That's still too much money in my mind. But that's where at that point I want that to kind of be like, okay, that's what we made. Aid in profits, quote unquote. Oh, if I make anything, let's say my company makes $3 billion that year, I'm not counting that extra $2 billion as profits. You know what I'm going to do with it? I'm going to take it and I'm going to give every single person working underneath me a raise. Yes, this is the obituary. Every single one of them is going to go into a raise, and it will then be put it into, I'm actually going to post this on X, Twitter, or on stream, everything of this is how much we put into being raised for the corporation, you know, or raises that everyone worked for in the corporation. We're not going to be firing people, but we're also not going to be a 2,000, 3,000 studios. 100 people is perfect. You know, like those like we made stuff back in the day, Baldur's Gate 3 level games like Final Fantasy X with 100 people. Like that is doable, you know, and like Baldur's Gate 3, you know, like had 1,000 people in the credits, you know, and stuff like that, and all this other stuff. That was because of other reasons and stuff. Like I'm not gonna hate on a game to hate on it, but God of War Laufey, something I saw. I haven't played the game. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. I'm not going to hate on it because of that. But what one of my concerns of is that they're like, oh, we hired this actor to play the cube, and they're having him do motion capture, and he's a high value actor, you know, and stuff, and they're having him do motion capture inside of this thing for him to be the cube. Why are we paying him to do that? Can we not hire an animator to animate the cube? Can we not, you know, like, I feel like this is a waste of money here. We can cut cost here. Could we just hire some rando to wear the cube thing? Like, if we're going to do motion capture? Something strange about this, because it's not his face. It's like with Smaug, it made sense. And it's like, watch David Cumberbatch get down on all fours and growl and roar at the camera and stuff in his motion captures too. This makes a lot of sense for to pay him for that. The cube, not so much. Anyways, I got off track here. So that's, I feel like I don't want to bloat my company. That's the big thing. I don't want to bloat it, you know, with unnecessary stuff. And also, all the games, I'm only going to sell them probably at, like, if I start reaching the audience that I want, and I start making $1 billion, I'm only selling my games at $30. I'm not going to be selling them at cost. I'm going to be selling them at where I'm only making a few dollars over the amount for the work and stuff like that. Like if we look at what's that game? Silksong. It's an amazing game, and it sold so many copies, and it sold it for the price of what 3 developers would, you know. So only making $1 billion. It's all other profits past that point go into the company for raises. Everything will just go into raises at that point, and equipment and anything that else that's needed for people to, you know, run stuff. I'll be continuing my VTubing to listen to what my fans and want from my games and other things. Showing off what's to come. From there, I do want to program an AI that will help detection of, or after detection of, disasters, and for my home state. That is a dream. I want that to happen, you know, kind of thing. And then eventually my AI to be limited. I also plan to leave drives for my company for when I die of that. And also the other thing too is the AI that I want to develop. I want to like put it in the center of my building. It will be connected to my VTuber model. So that way people can come talk to me, even though I'm gone. I will be memorialized in my VTuber. And hopefully that keeps people on track to not destroy the company that I made, you know, with the idea of keeping, you know, gaming for the people. Because it's not every game is made for everybody, but the gamer is made for the gamers, you know, and stuff. So it's not about making profits. It's about being enjoyable for everyone. Anyways, guys, thanks for being here. As always, we normally end at the 2-hour mark. I'm going to continue to do some work off stream as always. And great for you guys to stop by. Thank you so much. All right, who am I going to raid today? I don't know yet. Man, a lot of people have come and gone offline today. A lot more than I normally see. We've got Muriv, Megafly, Crimson. Those people are too big for me. We could go raid Sharky. She's fun. Oh, Stocky's live. Stocky's playing Hell on Earth. What's Hell on Earth is a PvP game, isn't it? No. It's it looks like a Diablo like. Let's go raid Stocky. Stocky Stock. All right, we're gonna go raid Professor Stock. Professor Stock is a good friend of the channel from long past. Great seeing you, miss. Thanks for the stream. Yes, Joe, do get some sleep. I know that it's quite late for you. Oh, also one quick announcement. Me and my friend on the 13th will be playing Pal World. 3 p.m. For people in the Philippines, and midnight here starting on the 13th. So every Monday for you guys in the Philippines. Yeah. And also remember, on this raid, Wolf Woman Lab raid. See. All right, guys. I will catch you guys all next time.
She don't say much, just stirs her cup. One hand down and one held up. Tea for a friend, flame for a foe. You won't know it till it's time to go. She's either brewing a brew or lighting a boom. A warm, happy smile or clearing the